Hi everyone, my name is Apoorv and I am the VP of Strategy for Mobupps. Today we are going to shoot a small video for one of our core product, MobuppsX. It is a DSP, and with me you will also see here Ansh, who is our Senior Account Manager for programmatic buyings and programmatic advertising. And Ansh is the one who really looks after all the campaigns, operations on MobuppsX. So welcome Ansh, welcome on this call.
Thank you so much, Apoorv, and it's really nice to be here today and talking about MobuppsX. So yeah, please tell me. I think you should be the one to let us all know what MobuppsX really is and what was the reason for introducing MobuppsX platform to this organization.
So about MobuppsX, it's Mobupps, one of the core platform known as Mobupps DSP. We named it as MobuppsX, and it's an advanced advertising platform which is basically designed to help businesses reach their targeted audience. And the main idea behind it was to create better transparency, simplify campaign management, and also enhance campaign performance by doing A/B creative testing and giving multiple options to advertiser creatives to be get optimized and etc.
Yes, definitely, I agree, and there are a lot of core features of Mobupps X that we are talking about today, and definitely our DSP has an edge over other DSPs when we talk about its USP and certain data protection methods and tools that we use. So how we are using MAFO technology and MobuppsX to run fraud optimization tools.
That's definitely a very good question to relate entire Mobupps product with each other. So MAFO is one of our core product, which is Mobupps anti-fraud optimization, and Mobupps X is basically backed by MAFO. So the line you said that we are very different as compared to other DSPs. So the main reason is that MAFO. So Mobupps is a company on the market from last 16 years, and MAFO is one of our product which has been there since inception. And in MAFO we also have that historical data of campaigns that were managed by us during our life cycle, and campaigns that were run by what kind of publishers, what kind of inventories, and what kind of data sets were used. So MAFO has all that history about the performance campaigns that we ran, and then according to their results we can certainly filter out in MobuppsX, okay, what will work for what type of campaign.
Definitely. So even when I am running a campaign, so for instance, I'm running a casino campaign. It's a real money game. We have a couple of clients. Definitely, I cannot name them because we sign an NDA with all of our clients. But yes, when in the initial stages, demand side platforms, programmatic campaigns, they take a couple of months to optimize the campaign. It takes about 2 to 3 months. But using MAFO, we can actually prioritize our focus. We can lower down the optimization period to achieve our results even faster. So while running, for example, betting campaign, we already have a lot of data on MAFO tool, which we can use. So for instance, we have a list of publishers that have delivered fraudulent activities in the past. So we can blacklist them from day one and rather focus on better performing assets. So yes, it does.
When you said you can blacklist, let's say I am an advertiser, okay? I will not let you breach your NDAs. So let's say I am an advertiser, Apoorv is an advertiser, and I come to you and say, okay, Ansh, I have a casino app which I want to promote with you on your platform, MobuppsX, and I don't want to work on certain SSPs where the fraud ratio was super high basis my past experience. Will you able to blacklist them or remove them from your supply for specifically for me from day one?
Yes, definitely. So all we need for that is either you can share placement IDs. There are different placement IDs for publishers. If you have ran any DSP campaigns in the past, you already have a list of blacklist, you can already identify which ones are the poor performers, and you just have to share the blacklist with the placement IDs with us, and we can simply add it to the blacklist. Alternatively, you can also share us the site IDs of the publishers. We can add it to the blacklist as well.
So when you say site ID, like you mean that if I have specific SSP names or SSP IDs or something like that,
Yes.
from my historical campaign data, right?
Yes, anything works.
Okay.
And not just SSP level, even on ad exchanges level, we can blacklist ad exchanges. So for example, AppLovin was not performing well in your past campaigns, then we can blacklist it from day one. It's not necessary that we have to run campaigns on all the ad exchanges.
Ansh, thank you very much for the detailed insights on the technical aspects of MobuppsX. And as far as I know that we are also integrated with a lot of other platforms in our technology ecosystem. And as I know that, okay, we are integrated with a lot of DSPs. We are also integrated with a lot of SSPs. And I think one unique thing that we must mention about our listeners and viewers that yes, we are also integrated with a lot of direct apps as a PMP deals. So where we are having some unique and exclusive buying propositions with them. And also there are few DMPs that we are working with at the moment and also integrated with them. And anything specific that you want to mention about these things in which is occurring in your day-to-day campaign management?
There are two types of integrations, internal and external. So internals are the integrations are the one that make up the demand side platform. And the integrations with MMPs, integration with our in-house technology, MAFO, integrations with the ad exchanges and SSPs, as you mentioned. These are the integral parts of the DSPs which make up our the core MobuppsX DSP. When we talk about the external integrations, we basically are the add-ons that can help us give us an extra edge over other DSPs. So these are like the data management platforms like Oracle, Lotami, which we use on a daily basis to gather more data learnings for our optimizations. And apart from that, yes, we also have direct integration with publishers, which we call it as PMP deals. When we are running a campaign, we have identified the top performing publishers for a particular campaign. So after a couple of months, what we do is we reach out to those publishers and we set up a exclusive deal for the advertiser, so that we also remove the intermediaries like ad exchanges and SSPs, and also give a set price and a fixed placement to the advertiser.
I am an advertiser, I am an app, and I come to you and I say, hey, Ansh, I want to buy this time slot of this inventory for these many days.
Yes.
Like I'll if I mention you, okay, I need this time slot of this app for these many days, would it be possible for you to do it on MobuppsX?
Yes and no, maybe in some cases, because first of all, the publisher where you want to run your advertisements on should be a part of the programmatic ecosystem. There are certain applications that do not belong to the programmatic chain. In those cases, we cannot really reach out to them because it has to be programmatically.
But if it is an app which is already integrated with you on a PMP deal, it's possible, right?
So for example, Viber is a well-renowned mobile application. A lot of people use it in the Asian region. Yes, if you want to run post-call advertisements, so you place a call on Viber and then you see an advertisement. If you want specific placement, a fixed placement, then we can reach out to the publisher as we have internal contacts with them. So we can fix prices.
And from this point, I got to remember that yes, there were a lot of issues during the initial integrations when we were making with our first, let's say 5 or 10 advertisers. There was a lot of problems that we faced together. So I want people who are listening us here must know about it. So tell me the basic steps, what all checks you need if an advertiser comes to us on MobuppsX and wants to run campaigns with us. Just basic 4 or 5 things that we must need from them.
Yeah. So first of all, we try to understand what your product is about, what you're offering to the users, the end users, and based on that, we see if those kind of users exist and what kind of lookalike audiences we can create for you. So the very first step is that you give us a bit of details in terms of your organic presence. What is the CPI that you currently see? What is your current CPA? What are your target events? And what are your conversion rates, etc., and so on and so forth. After that, after understanding each and everything, we define a media plan for you, which basically defines what will be the strategy in achieving your goals. So whenever we onboard a campaign, there are 3 phases to the campaign. First is exploration, second is stabilization, and the third is scalability. In the exploration phase, we basically are learning. We are identifying the best sources for your campaign in terms of publishers, creatives, user behaviors, user genres, etc. In the second month, we achieve your target goals. So, we already discussed about the CPI, CPA that you're targeting, and those are the benchmarks for us to achieve by the second phase of optimization. Once the second phase of optimization is over, we scale the campaign. Scaling basically means that we reduce your cost per acquisition, we increase your conversion rates, and etc. So once we have defined this media plan, it's the next step is simply the integration with your MMP. So we are integrated with all the MMPs, AppsFlyer, Kochava, Adjust, Tengen, any MMP that you can think of, we are integrated with.
Singular, branch, etc.
Any, yeah. And even if we are not integrated, we can do an API integration, which will help us either way. And after the integration is complete, the next step is the creatives. We need to upload the right sizes. So what we do is we have our search planner where we can identify which kind of ad sizes are demanded in a particular country. And once you share your creatives with us, we have an in-house creative team as well, which can help you with the resizing of the creatives. So you do not have to, be concerned with the kind of sizes that you are sharing. You can just share the basic formats that you use. Once the resizing is done, it's simply we upload the creatives, they are sent for approval, the ad exchange is approved, and the campaigns go live. And then we do the optimizations.
Okay, perfect. So I think, yeah, that's a very fair and, detailed information for our listeners who want to know in depth about MobuppsX. So I think also we need to speak in this conversation about the targeting options available on our platform MobuppsX. I think we have a lot of targeting options such as gender-based targeting, income-based targeting, country, city, pin code, etc. Apart from this, the unique thing that we have is the behavioral-based targeting. So can you explain a bit, like what kind of behavior do you notice after running a campaign from the people who are coming on the ads, looking at it, and what are the next steps after it?
Sure. So there are currently more than 1,000 user genres, subgenres, behaviors that we can target. And they can go very niche. So for example, a person whose wife is pregnant and this person likes to play football. Now, there are very limited advertisers who would go into niche segments such as this. But yes, we have the ability to target such cases as well. And apart from that, we have also recently launched language-based targeting. So this basically helps us to run a local advertiser in an international market. So for example, Spanish-speaking audience in United States. So if you are running an application which the language of which is in Spanish, so of course you do not want to target users who speak other languages apart from Spanish. So in our tool, you can basically select users who speak Spanish in United States, and you can simply target those devices. So these are the different kind of targeting options that we are launching. And all the basic kind of targeting are, they are available all across DSPs. But yes, we have USP targeting as well, such as language based.
I think we can also do lookalike modeling So where we can target specific users who are interested in similar kind of apps, who were interested in similar kind of apps, and we can target them for a new app that we are promoting, right?
Of course. So we have been running campaigns for so long now, it's been years, and we already have data around users who are interested in social sciences, or anything for that instance. So we can target those kind of users from day one. So even taking an example of a huge giant such as Amazon, Amazon users are very diverse. If you're running advertisements for a luxury school bag, for instance. So we have data segments such as rich people in United States, or rich people in Brazil who are currently going to school, high school, or colleges, and we have those data sets, and we can target them to achieve conversions from day one.
Got it. Okay, perfect. So sounds really interesting and in detail. So thank you very much, Ansh, for those detailed description. I think we must move forward to our next topic. I think the conversations are being very long, and this is something so close to our hearts, and so
We can keep on talking about.
yeah, we can keep on talking about it. Ansh, I think we must also explain about the unique features that we have on our MobuppsX platform. Couple of them are proprietary technology. So we already explained many times in this video about our main product MAFO, which has been backing MobuppsX since its inception, and that product has already been 16 years old and has a lot of historical data. So of course that's a proprietary product that we have, and a backing like this can also make MobuppsX very unique and a proprietary technology and a blend of proprietary technology. Also, I think a strong emphasis that we must give on the account management that we provide. So basically, it's a dedicated account management service that we provide to each of our client. So one person looks after the 12 hours window, and then the other person looks after the 12 hours window. Apart from this, I think the remaining features, maybe you can explain, give a little bit context on them.
I think I've covered most of the points, and we have already talked about the integral parts. But yes, for some of our viewers who are already using different DSPs in the market, one core feature that we provide is that we have a bid clash technology. It basically means that if you're running multiple DSPs, you might end up bidding for the same placement, and you will, of course, pay the higher price. So for example, you are using DSP A and you are using DSP B. Now you are using as an advertiser both the DSPs to run advertisements. But what happens on the back end is that the bids are clashing, and the publisher will only pick the bid which is higher. So what is happening is that on DSP A, you are bidding $2, DSP B, you are bidding $3 for the same placement. And of course, the publisher will pick the $3 bid. So what is happening that you are paying extra $1 for that margin. But what we have done is that we have created this bid clash technology where we can understand and read the bids that are going to a publisher. And if we see that your current DSPs, the other DSPs that you're managing, if they are bidding at the same placement for a lower price and we are bidding at a higher price, then we retrieve our bids. We do not continue placing the bids, so that you win the placement at a lower price, even though we will not get attribution for the install. But yes, it will help you to save costs. Alternatively, if we see that you are bidding at a certain placement at a very low price, and if we have the understanding that this publisher performs really well, we can understand your other bids and we can increase our bids accordingly, so that the margin is very low in the bids, but yes, you win the placement eventually. So this is one of the features. And
and I think apart from this, since you mentioned about the pricing model, we also have very competitive pricing compared to the market because of that performance advertising background and performance advertising platform that we have built in. I think our pricing is super competitive and super fair if it is compared to the market.
Suppose as you handle the IO procedures,
Mhm.
you can maybe tell us there are any different slabs of payments or maybe commissions, and how does that help to the advertiser once they grow eventually with us?
I think initially it looks a bit pricey to most of the advertisers because, in the era of CPI, CPA, client, most of the clients are not willing to pay on CPM. But yes, if you consider in the longer run, let's say, I mean, not let's say, it already that those historical clients that are working with us from last 1 year or maybe more than 4 or 5 months, they have that sort of a positive ROI. And at the end, if the user is of super quality, he or she will spend a lot of time and a lot of value to your app, that it will end up creating a very positive ROI, ROS, or CPA to the client or to the app. So that's definitely something. But yes, it needs a lot of patience.
Mhm.
But yes, in the longer run, clients are very happy, and they sort of compare it with other channels. They see that, okay, the profit starts coming in late, but yes, it's worth it.
Yes. So, do you think that if, for example, a client is running performance campaigns and alongside also running programmatic campaigns, what do you think would be the picture after 1 year of running the campaigns? How would it be very different?
That's a tricky question because, so both the models are very different. So on the performance side, yes, you have ability to pay on the basis the installs or registrations or whatever the payable event is. But on the programmatic side, you must pay every day according to the spends that we are making. But the main question that you asked, if I look at it after a year or so, so yes, there will not be a huge difference in terms of spends, but in terms of quality, yes, there will be a huge difference, because programmatically, by spending programmatically, whatever users you have acquired, they are very much influenced and very much organic and positive users that have came to your app for their own intentions, and chances for those users to leave the app are very, very less. Whereas in performance, it's mainly motivating them, or showing them some kind of a campaigning that is going on in your app to attract them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood. Yeah, it gives me a better picture because you are the one who has worked on both fronts, performance and programmatic. But I
Yes.
only work on the programmatic side, so I might not be aware of the differences. But yes, it gives us a quality picture as to what happens on programmatic side.
I
So
think both the models are good. I mean, performance is the best for current generation client because of the competitiveness in the market. You only pay for what you get. But programmatic, on the other hand, is the traditional way, which is coming back again to acquire those quality users that your brand needs initially to sustain in the longer run. So that's the main difference. I mean, both models are very good, very competitive. But yes, programmatic is the traditional way to acquire those initial users.
yeah. And so once we integrate with the MMP, running a programmatic campaign successfully, it requires a lot of permissions. So when we talk about integrations with the
Yeah.
MMP, we need organic data, view through attribution from the
Suppression list. I think
this.
most of the people keeps on asking what a suppression list is. So yes, I think it is a good opportunity to explain about it. So if you want to throw
Yeah,
some light on this.
yeah. Just to be very generic, suppression list basically means a list of users that you have already acquired in the past, and basically this list consists of their GAID parameter for Play Store or the IDFB parameter for App Store. Now, what we do is before running your campaign, we upload this list and we add it to the blacklist. Why? Because we do not want to end up targeting users who have already installed the app and are using it. So programmatic campaigns are majorly user acquisition campaigns, and we cannot, we will end up burning money on users who are already using the app. So it's better not to target them and only target users who will be your potential clients. And that is why it's very important to upload a suppression list if your downloads are more than 1 million. So it makes sense.
If you have already reached many doors, then you must give us list of those doors where we don't have to knock, right?
Exactly.
Correct.
And you should not be knocking on the doors who are already
open.
The doors for you. Yeah.
Yes, I definitely agree with this point.
So as I mentioned that we need a lot of permissions, we need a lot of data before starting any campaign. So have we faced any privacy concerns? Because as you know, you handle the proceedings. What has been the case so far? What are the privacies?
So, I mean, we have always been very attentive and very sensitive when it comes to a user privacy or a client's privacy. I would say that, I mean, I'll give you an example about our conversation. You just mentioned about suppression list. So we need this suppression list from client to upload it during our promotions. So there is a way. I mean, whenever we go to a client and ask for a suppression list, a client can go to AppsFlyer and download that suppression list in hash format. So when we never have this excess of data that client provides it. So, I mean, in day-to-day life, if I give you an example, so most of us use an iPhone every day, right?
Yeah.
So there is a data backup feature. So whenever you backs it up and transfers it to some other devices, it's always in an encrypted version, right? Nobody can read it. So in the same way, whatever data we access from our client, it's in the encrypted version. We can never read it. We can never upload it to somewhere where it can be leaked. So there are certain parameters placed on our platform that the data never gets leaked.
That's great. And even when as you mentioned encryptions, so even when we pass on the data forward to the ad exchanges, because we are uploading the suppression list on our platform, then the list goes forward to the ad exchanges. We have our own encryption tools as well. So personally, when I handle the campaigns, I make sure that the device ID parameters are encrypted, and even they are not forwarded to the ad exchanges. So,
yeah, of course. I mean, there is a long list that we follow. I mean, we both know that there is a long list that we follow. It's impossible to mention all of them here. But yes, there are very strict measurements over there.
Yeah. And I am personally not involved with the IO proceedings, but as suppose you are involved, do you also sign NDA agreements with the...
Yes, we do.
Right.
We also sign NDA with all of our clients.
Okay, so that adds on to an extra layer of security.
Yes, definitely. It was an amazing and very detailed conversation about MobuppsX. Thank you very much, Ansh, for your time and insights on one of our core product in Mobupps. If I summarize, I think we have spoken about MobuppsX invention, MobuppsX unique features, about data privacy, about campaign setup, optimizations and permissions that we need. And also time to time, we keep on publishing our case studies, and whoever wants to have a look at it can go to Mobupps blog and have a look. And thank you very much, everyone, for your time and attention to this video. We keep on sending you new updates time to time. And Ansh, you want to say something?
Yeah, thank you so much for building MobuppsX from the core. And yes, we are always coming up with new launches, new case studies. So yeah, we will keep you involved with our product. And we have so much to talk about, but I think we'll have to keep it limited. for this.
Yes, definitely. I mean,
So happy to talk to you soon. And
yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ansh. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching.
Thank you
Bye
so much.
bye. Have a good start of the new year, 2025. Take care.